Hello and welcome to How to Automotive. I'm Brian Essick. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why the inside of your windshield is always greasy and grimy. No matter how often you clean it, it always seems to be greasy and grimy. So I'm going to go over a reason why it's doing that, and I'm going to show you some tips on how to clean it and prevent it from coming back. So come with me. So I wanted to let you know that this video is sponsored by GUNK. They did send me over their degreasing wipes and their streak-free glass cleaner. So this is going to come super handy when it goes to cleaning the glass. So before we get to that, I want to go over why it's happening, and then we'll get to cleaning the glass, and I'll show you some tips and tricks to prevent this from coming back. All right, so if your car or truck is building up an oily film on the inside of the windshield continuously, there's a reason why, and that is what they call outgassing. So modern day dashboards are made out of plastics and vinyls and assortment of different materials, and as they age and as the sun beats down on them, they evaporate the oils that are in those materials, and that rises up and sticks to the inside of your windshield and gives it that greasy, grimy film on the inside of your windshield. And you can clean your windshield, and a couple of days later it's back. So now you know the dashboard itself, what the actual materials are made out of, are outgassing the oils and grease that's getting on your windshield, and also the chemicals that you put on the dashboard to clean it. It's also outgassing and getting on the windshield. So my first tip for you when you go to clean the inside of your windshield is to clean the outside of the windshield. Get it nice and clean. I can't tell you how many times I tried cleaning the inside of the windshield when the outside was dirty, and just keep rubbing, not realizing the outside was the problem. My next tip for you is to clean the window in a shaded area. Don't clean it in direct sunlight. That will help prevent streaking. The sun will dry it out faster than you can clean it, and that will cause streaking. All right, my next tip for you is, before you actually start cleaning the glass, is to clean the dashboard and get all that greasy stuff off the dashboard. I use the degreasing wipes to do this, and just wipe the dashboard down, super clean, and that's going to get all the grease off the dash. And the reason why I do it is so when you're wiping, it doesn't get the grease and stuff on the rag, and then you rub the grease and stuff into the glass. So that just defeats the purpose. So I wipe the dashboard down really good, and then proceed to cleaning the glass. One of the other things I want to let you know is, when you spray those cleaners, and a lot of the cleaners, if you spray on it and it sprays a mist on the dash, it can actually stain the dash. So you want to be really careful with that. So even spraying glass cleaner on the windshield, like spraying it like this, that mist that comes down, it can stain the dash, even with just your basic glass cleaner. So I highly recommend putting a towel or something over your dash. That way you don't stain the dash or discolor it in any way. So the next important step is to actually degrease the windshield. So back in the day, I used to work at a used car dealership, and we used to use rubbing alcohol to do that and get the windshield clean. So now I've switched over to the degreasing wipes from GUNK. Instead of the rubbing alcohol, it does a much better job. It's much safer. I don't have to worry about getting that raw rubbing alcohol on my dash and staining the dash. I just use the degreasing wipes and wipe down the windshield and degrease the entire inside of the windshield and get that film off of it. And it does an amazing job of actually getting the film off the windshield. After I'm done degreasing the windshield, then I go over to the streak-free glass cleaner, and I thoroughly clean the windshield. Now that I got the inside of the windshield degreased, now I'm going to use my glass cleaner and spray it onto a brand new microfiber towel. Just spray it on there. I got my towel for protection so I don't stain my dash. And now I'm just gonna proceed to clean the windshield. So I was trying to show you a streak-free windshield, but it's so hard to do because it's so clear and clean that you can't see any streaks or anything. The windshield is absolutely perfect. All right, so now that we got our glass all cleaned up and dialed in, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about preventing it from happening again. So one of the first things you want to do is not use those greasy cleaners to wash your dash. That will dramatically reduce the outgassing and prevent it from building that film up. The other thing I want to talk to you about is using these sunscreens here in your dashboard. So whenever you park, if you put one of these in, that'll dramatically reduce the heat coming off your dash and reduce the amount of outgassing, so you won't have to do this every other day. Okay, so that's the reason why you got a film on your windshield all the time. I'm Brian Esser from How to Automotive. I'd like to thank GUNK for sponsoring this video. If you guys are interested in picking these products up, I will leave links for them down in the description. Thank you again for watching, and be sure to subscribe.